Good morning, ladies and gents. How are we all doing? I hope we're all good. I hope we've had a great start to the year, and I hope we've also have a great start to this week. So again, I thought let me come share the setup which I have on GER30 or GER40 this morning. So uh to kickstart, let me quickly go to MT5, show you where my bias is coming from. So from the daily, price is bouncing off the 13 EMA, which is a dynamic support. So I have a bullish bias coming from the daily time frame. I'm actually looking forward for possibilities of this price, maybe setting all-time highs. That means we can potentially take out these highs, or at least we can come back to this week's highs, right? That's my view. So my bias from the higher time frame is bullish. Coming to H1, you can also see we are trading above the 13 EMA, and we had a nice rejection of the 13 EMA, which is also a dynamic support. So with this bias from the higher time frames, let me quickly show you what I was looking at when my day started. So January 15. So first things first, let me start with this one. All right, so if you notice, let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, this was my chart. Just shared my idea with the guys, like possible all-time highs to be set. So that's my bias. If price comes above the 10 a.m. London Open and stays above, I'm looking for a minimum 100 points. So usually if we're trading indices, if you follow us, you know we usually have at least a target of 100 points minimum. At least 50 to 100 points is what I consider a successful setup, right? So jumping down to the 3-minute time frame, I'll show you what I was looking at. So at 10 a.m. GMT plus 2, price set this high, price set this low. So this was my guidance to this morning's setup. So I was looking for two things. There was going to be a possibility of price coming to these lows, so I was waiting for something like this. But with the bias which I had, which is bullish, I realized that price actually came, took out liquidity here on these equal lows. So we agree liquidity has been taken. So soon as liquidity is taken, the first thing we're looking for now is a market structure shift, and for price to retrace and retest either the 13 EMA or an imbalance, or maybe equal lows or an order block. So let's quickly jump back to the charts, and I'm going to show you what happened. So I'm going to quickly slide to the 3-minute. All right, so on the 3-minute, you can see this is what ended up happening. So this was our liquidity sweep, and price actually gave a nice push up, taking out this high here. So that's the market structure shift, or MSS, which I was waiting for. Then I realized that within that push up, price actually left an imbalance here. Now, all I have to do is wait for price to retrace into a fair value gap, which was this imbalance. A nice candlestick bouncing off the 13 EMA as well. So that was a valid buy. Take your buy there. And so what I wanted to mainly explain is how you manage this trade. It just depends. It depends with you, depends with how you trade. I'm going to show you a few ways of how you can actually manage the running trade, and how you can actually take your profits to avoid losses. So the first thing is, soon as your price starts to move, when you go to at least halfway towards your target, what you want to do is you want to move your stop loss to break even. Meaning if your entry was here and your price moves, let's say like where it is now, it means your stop loss by now should be on break even, so that you don't end up having a loss. That's how you can manage your trade to minimize losses, right? So what's my target for this trade? Like I said, I'm targeting maybe price to get up there, but soon as I get 100 points, I'll call this trade a success. Your stop loss, how do you place your stop loss in such a trade? So there are many ways you can place your stop loss. Sometimes you can place your stop loss outside the range. That's the first way, or outside the last low. So that's first way of managing your stop loss. Number two, you can put your stop loss below your entry candle or below the imbalance, which is right here. So now, depending with where or how you place your stop loss, that will determine your TP in terms of risk to reward. So let me see if I can go to trading view so that I can explain this a little bit more clear. All right, so if you see here, this will be a bit more clear. So on trading view, same time frame, same chart. Um, this line you see here, that is yesterday's high. So that's an area which you can use as your TP as well. Apart from just targeting what we're targeting, you can use that as a TP. This will actually be a successful trade. So you can also have your risk to reward set in this way. Okay, so let's say your entry is here. Like I said, you can put your stop loss just below the imbalance. If you put your TP right on yesterday's high, you can see that you get a risk to reward of 1:4. So how you risk now, it will all depend to you. So whether you are risking in dollars, in dollar amount, or in pips, again, that's up to you. So you might say you want to risk, let's say, for example, $10. That means you're going to get 40, right? You might say you want to risk $100. That means you get 400 within the same setup, right? Or you might decide to say, okay, stop loss might be a little tight. Maybe let me put it below this particular candle. Again, on this particular example, if you're taking profit on yesterday's high, you end up taking 1:3. You might also decide to put your stop loss outside the range. And if you're aiming for 1:3, your 1:3 will be somewhere up here. That means your trade will still be running. So these are all ways of trade management, how you can manage your trade and stuff like that. So I hope this information helps. For more info, guys, you guys should actually make time to check out our day trading mastery course, which is running for this whole year. It's basically how we trade management. It also comes with some mentorship as well, uh to guide you on how you actually manage your trade once you open and once it's running like this. So just coming back to show you the result. This trade is currently running on my side. So I'm going to quickly show you, okay, this was the running trade. Okay, you're just going to wait for it to load. Right, so you can see this is the running trade here. We've got a $97 risk to make about 410. So this is 1:4. But again, like I said, I already showed you how you can manage your trade in terms of risk to reward. So if you're happy with this particular reward, there's nothing wrong with closing, because remember, price has already reached the previous day's high, which is also a take profit point. So you can still actually just close your trade and call it a success, come back tomorrow, repeat the same thing. So this is just the result of the trade. It's currently running as you saw. So if you guys want to join our live trading sessions as well, please DM for more info. Let me quickly show you how it's looking like. So this is our day trading mastery bootcamp. We do offer mentorship for beginners starting at $15 per month. This is just your basics. Then we also offer intermediate mentorship. This also basically covers the whole strategy in general. And then this is also a monthly fee of $100 per month. Then we have the pro advanced mentorship. This is a once-off payment, and this is literally everything. We trade together. It gives you access to live trading sessions as well. So whatever you purchase here, it will give you access to live trading sessions for free. What we also offer, if you just want the live trading sessions and if you don't want the mentorship, it comes at a fee of $10 per month, which is about 180 rands for those in Namibia or South Africa or Lesotho. This is what we are using. So um, if you're interested in any of these services, please do get in touch and let's get started with the year. Apart from that, this is what I just wanted to share with you guys, our setup, which we had this morning on GER30 or GER40. It's actually a success, and this trade can even be collapsed here based on where you entered. So also based on your risk to reward or your dollar amount, you can close here. You can wait for maybe 20. You can see maybe the prices are a bit different. This just differs from broker to broker, but otherwise the setup is simply the same. And this was a nice trade on GER40. So if you do have questions, please do drop them in the comment section. Any suggestions, we are open to that as well. I hope you guys are having a good week. Let us know what you took this morning. Do you trade London session? Do you trade GER40? Do you trade indices? Please do share what you trade as well. Let's grow together as a community. If you watched up until the end, thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good trading.